Welcome to your channel Rayofhope, and today we're gonna learn about all about HTTP methods. We're gonna cover each method that we have, including get, post, delete, hide option, trash, and whatnot. Stay tuned with us, and thank you so much for being with us. And do like and subscribe to our channel, and comment if you would like me to cover any certain topic. Okay, without wasting our time, let's go ahead. When we talk about HTTP methods, what actually HTTP method is? HTTP, or you can say Hypertext Transfer Protocol, is the foundation of data communication on the World Wide Web, WWW. It is a request and response protocol used to transmitting data over the internet, and it also known as HTTP verbs that indicates the action to be performed on the resources. Remember, HTTP and HTTP verbs are different. HTTP is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. But when we talk about HTTP verbs, we are talking about what methods we are going to use. Like we are going to use get, or we are going to use put, or we are going to use trash, or what method we are trying to use actually. So that is HTTP verbs. HTTP verbs are responsible for defining the action that can be performed on the source identified by uniform resources identifiers, which is URLs. And over here, it has most common, and we all know about it. But yeah, you may not know about some. We have get method, post, delete, hide, option, connect, and trash method. And we're going to learn about each method right now. Stay tuned with us. Okay, the first and foremost, we have get method. Get method. Why exactly we use get method? In a simple language, if you ask me why do we use get method to retrieve the data. When we talk about get method, it's used to request data from a server that is retrieving data only. It's the most common HTTP method for retrieving the sources, data, what the server sends back the requested information to the client. You can see over here what is happening. It is we are requesting API customer ID, right? And therefore, we got the customer details. If I would have put it over here, ID is equal to 1, I would have got the customer ID details whose ID were 1, right? Similar way, it basically, what exactly it is trying to fetch? It can fetch documents, images, data that doesn't change frequently. I mean, if I give you an example, if you look over here at this, HTTP Rayofhope, http://rayofhope.com. Rayofhope is just something we are naming. There's no website that exists called Rayofhope. Okay, API users ID is equal to 1. This URL request user information with ID 1, right? So basically, over here, we are trying to get the user information whose ID is 1. Bonus point that you need to remember. Get methods are read only. You could not write, you could not modify, update, or anything. You can just read. So that's a read-only method as well, right? They should not change anything on the server. They are just fetching the data. Fetching the data, retrieving the data, whatever you can say, right? So this is get method. Okay. So next method that we have on the list is post method. Yet all of you guys must be aware about it. Why exactly do we use post method? When we talk about post method, we use basically post method to create a data or add the data. Or over here, if we can say post is used to submit data to be processed by specified resources. Unlike get, post requests do not append data to the URL. Instead, they include the data in the request body. In get, the URL include that, right? But over here in post, it will include in the like a request body. The post method is when you want to send some data to the server, for example, file update or form update or certain update you want to. Most important, post is neither self or independent actually, because you could not like a change completely. It is not idempotent, right? Post is not idempotent because calling it multiple times will result in a new resources being created every time, right? Because basically we use post to create a data, to add a data, not to update a data. That it can update again and again, but rather than it will create again and again. So calling again and again, that is the reason it is not idempotent, right? Remember this. If you look at this URL which I have over here, this is a request body, how it's look like, right? So over here we will find that there is a register form actually. What we are trying to register with the username Rayofhope, passport is Rayofhope, and then there is submit button. This is how a normal post looks like, right? Again, this is just a normal HTML code, guys. Real time scenario could be a bit more complicated, bit more longer as well. So if you look at over here at this example, if you say post /windex.php, title equals to big key, pdf.sandbox, and there's content type application as www form URL encoded, and this and this is the request body. Note, most bodies have equality string length limit, low in this. So basically, like an application, the slash except URL including and the W start timing it including. So it is trying to send some data to the server, right? Suppose if we are logging or if logins, right? So if we are logging or like registering on Facebook, right? What we are trying to do? We are trying to create or add data to the server. So that is a post method. Okay. So when we talk about put method, what exactly put method is? Put method basically stands for updating existing data or full replacement of the data. Put is used to update resources on the server. It requires the client to send the entire updated resources representation if the resources does not exist. Put can create resources with the provided data. Remember that. Put is idempotent actually, because it only allows complete replacement of resources, right? Reason why it is idempotent. It also creates new resources if one is not present, right? Okay. If you look at this URL, what we are trying to do over here, http://Rayofhope API users is 1, where there the user, we are trying to update user ID 1, but what information? I'm trying to send the user ID is Rayofhope, email is rayofhopeexample.com, Ray, the first name is, the last name is Hope, passport is Rayofhope, added 1 to 3, and the state is active. So I'm trying to update my information using what? Using put method, right? So this is how the put method works. Okay. Now, this, guys, you may not heard about it, but this is very important actually. Patch. Patch is somehow similar to put and post only, but it does not completely or entirely update the data or create the data. Rather than it partially update the data. The patch methods allow the partial update of resources. The client sends only specific changes to be made to the server. It is more efficient than put because it is not going to change complete data or replace it. Unlike put, patch is ideally not idempotent. Why? Because definitely it is not sending the whole data, right? Meaning successive identical patch requests may have different effects. Oh, indeed it will have. However, it is possible to issue patch requests in such a way as to be idempotent. I mean, we can do it. If there is just one field that we need to update, we can call it as a like idempotent as well, right? To find whether the server support patch is the presence of accept patch header in the response as well. You can also look for this. If you only want to update a single field, which you will be using patch. I mean, if I give you an example, right? Like if you look over here, what I'm trying to do, this is how the request body looks like. Okay, let me go ahead and show you something. Okay, so this is proxy. Okay. So this is the get method. Can you see? Get method is always there in the headers only, right? When we talk about post method, we have their details in the request body, right? Request body included. It does not have the details on the headers, right? The difference between get and post, right? Okay. Patch. When we talk about patch, if I try to change this with patch, what info I'm gonna get anything out of it? Patch method is not allowed. Okay, that's a different thing. So if suppose if I want to update just my what we call this name, or not email address, not any certain other, I just want to update my first name, not last name. Therefore, I'm gonna use this method called patch. Over here, if you look at patch user 123 and then host is example.com, type is application JSON and the bio, and updated bio is here. So if you look at in this example, the client or B as a user sends a patch request to the server, targeting the server with the user ID 12345. The request body contains updated bio, right? Bio test indicating that only the bio field of the user profile should be updated. On LinkedIn, what you're trying to do, you're trying to update your bio. So that is patch. Cool. Delete method. You guys must know about delete method, but I'm going to tell you something cool, right? Okay. So delete method is removing resources permanently. Remember that. Delete method, as name suggests, actually, it is used to delete resources from the server, and it is like telling the server, remove this item from the server. And it permanently deletes the resources, and the client cannot recover the deleted data as well, as I told you. If you look at the example, like if a user wants to delete their profile picture, what they're going to request? A delete request, right? To be made in order to delete their profile picture. You want to delete your WhatsApp profile picture, remove. Or you want to delete a post on Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, or like LinkedIn. What method you are trying to use? Delete method. Basically, if you look at one of the requests that I have made, what I am requesting over here, delete API user 1. So user 1 profile picture, I'm trying to delete. The host is Rayofhope, which is definitely us. Content tab and the barrier token. What is barrier token? We will be covering later. Now, response body. We got it 200. Okay, yeah, definitely it got executed. Therefore, we are getting 200. Okay. And the status code is success, matches the user ID 1 and the profile picture deleted successfully. So this is delete method, right? Okay. Then there is something called head method. Head method, yet it is not very common, but still important one that you guys need to know about it. Guys, and also I'm going to tell you that I created this image of this head method with my chat GPT. Cool, right? Just look at how cool they have made it, right? Okay. So when we talk about head method, right? Basically, when we talk about head basically check for changes that we have made. Or you can say the head method is almost identical to get. Why? Because expect without response body, it will retrieve all the metadata from the server about the resources without actually retrieving the resource itself. It used to check if the resources exist, its size, the last modification time, and whatnot. Or you can say like if you use get method, it will return the list of the user ID. But if you use head, it will not result it will make the same request, but you won't get the user ID. Rather than you will get there like a time, size, and modification time and whatnot. If you if I give you an example over here, suppose this is one request I am making. What I'm trying to say, I am making a head request for us to example.com to give me the details of sample dot that's like a picture or photo. So in response, what I'm getting over here, HTTP 1 200, okay, because it got executed successfully. Content type, image, JPEG, right? I got the content information, right? Okay. Content length, that is also metadata. Last modified. At what time, the last time this picture got modified or uploaded or anything, we can guess out of it. So it got modified on Saturday, 14th of December, which is today, 10:45 a.m. 26 second IST. Indian Standard Time, right? Okay, so this is head method. Okay, so now we have option method, actually the second last. Okay, this is also I created with chat GPT only, guys, right? It literally looks cool. Okay, option, discovering capabilities. Why do we use? Basically, the option be used to determine the communication option available for given resources. It helps the client to understand which HTTP methods and headers are supported. Basically, it will throw you or it will give you all the methods which is allowed by the URL or the company, or the what are the methods are allowed for that specific URL, like what get, post, put, delete, patch, and so it will show you all of the URL, right? Okay, so now bonus point, if I get it, it will help to identify which methods are supported on the sources. Just told you. One of the popular use cases include checking if cores are supported by the server or not. What is cores? That's a different vulnerability that we will be covering. Okay, if you look at this request, what we are trying to do. We requested one option HTTP headers to Rayofhope, and in return we got 200 OK, and we got to see that the application is using get method, post method, put method, delete method, patch method, option method, but they are not using head method, right? Okay, cool. So this is how option method is, right? Then last but not least, we have trash method, right? Trash method, when we talk about it, basically used for echo the request. Actually, the trash method sends request to the server and then echoes back the exact request received, including any headers and content. Or you can say like the trash method lets client, or you can say web browser, like I will ask the server to return me what exactly, I will ask the server what exactly did you receive in my request, and then the server sends back the same request, including the headers. So that is trash method, and that can lead to several vulnerability as well, guys. Okay, so if you look at this request, right, I'm using the trash method where example.com, I provide a session ID abc123, and I'm using the Mozilla 5.120 like browser. In response, I got this, that at HTTP date is 14 December this 11 12, and what are the methods allowed, trash get post, content type message, and HTTP content length. And then I got this as well, which was exactly similar to what request I have made. Therefore, trash method is enabled, right? Okay, guys, if you have any questions, definitely feel free to comment. I would be happy to help you for sure, right? Okay, then this is end of the our HTTP methods. Thank you for watching. Do like, subscribe, and comment and share your views. And if you want me to cover any certain topic, do let me know. Thank you again.